സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം. 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 സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം.
Good morning and namaskaram to all. Is the audio is clear? Audio is clear?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We'll start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Bande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusantatami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayata Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalido Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapannaparijataya Totra Vetraigapanaya Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha. Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mrtam Mahad. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahavathi Kripena Vahani Karne Lavela Kula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Magara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Ghalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharya Vachas Saroja Mamalam Geetartha Gandhotkatam Nanakyanaka Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradham Sinashreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastunanti Divyaistavaihi Vedais Sangabadakramopanishadair Gayantiyam Samagaham Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogino Yasyandam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been
Good morning, sir.
good morning. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 13th chapter and we have completed up to verse number 23. So 23 we completed. We will just refresh from 23. य एवं वेत्ति पुरुषं प्रकृतिं च गुणैः सह सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि न स भूयोऽभिजायते. So this already we discussed. What Bhagavan says, he who knows thus the Purusha as separate from Prakriti and its gunas. So Prakriti and gunas is separate from the Purusha. One who knows this, here knows means we have to understand that it is not intellectual understanding, but one who has assimilated the knowledge that Purusha is different from Prakriti and its gunas, and he sarvatha vartamanopi. Sarvatha vartamanopi means one who is in transaction in whichever way he is. Okay, he can be IT specialist or maybe a doctor or a homemaker or a king or a farmer, anyone, anything what anyone does. Sarvatha vartamanopi na sa bhuyo abhijayate. He never takes birth again. There is no birth and death. Okay, for such a person who understands this Prakriti and its gunas as an appearance in Purusha. So Prakriti and its gunas. What is Prakriti? This universe, that which appears to you, the way it appears to you, in whichever way it appears to you, to your sense organs or to any jiva, the way that the world appears to that jiva, that is what we are talking as Prakriti. So the Prakriti and its gunas, all the Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, it is an appearance in where? It is an appearance in your consciousness. In your bodham it appears. Everything is an appearance in you. You are the awareness. In your awareness this appears. Right? So all those appearances, anything that appears is an appearance of the same bodham only. Right? See, you take many chains or gold, any ornaments. Okay, all this ornament that appears is gold only, even though it appears as this and that. Okay, it is appearance of the gold only. Suppose you ask the gold, you are asking the gold, are you appearing? The gold will say, no, I am not appearing as anything. You ask the clay, are you the pot? The clay will say, no, I am not appearing. It is appearing to you. You are the one who is observing, and then you are mistaking me as the pot. Whereas as far as clay, as I am concerned, I am not appearing anything. I am clay as I am. Okay, you are getting it. So all the appearances as the pot, etc. is the same clay only. And it is no different from clay. Similarly, all that which appears as this universe, as this Prakriti and with its gunas, it is an appearance of that Brahman alone. Anything that appears in Brahman has to be Brahman only. Any ornament or the bangles or chains which is appearing as they are differently is the same gold only. It cannot be different from gold. It has to be gold. Is it not? So, all that which appears as humans, animals, plants, you, the other, etc., is the same appearance of that consciousness alone. Right? So, this is what? Enam veti. This way, ya evam veti purusham prakritim cha gunais saha sarvadha vartamanopi. He is, when whatever transaction he is in, he or she is in, that individual na sa bhuyo bhijayate. That person is a jivan mukta. That person never takes birth again. Now we'll continue. 13:24. ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मानमात्मना अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे. One more time. ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मानमात्मना अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे. So, how to achieve this? So, if 23 says, 13:23 verse, Bhagavan says, if Atma Sakshatkaram leads to no birth, then never gets into the fear of birth and death, then how to achieve this? How to get it? How to reach there? Already Bhagavan explained in detail earlier in Sankhya Yogam, Karma Yogam, all that is explained. But here again, Bhagavan wants to mention it again. What he says? Bhagavan says, Kechit. Kechit means some yogis, dhyanena, meditating on a Saguna Brahman or Nirguna Brahman, Atmanam, self, which is the consciousness or bodham, Atmana. Here, second, Atmana means here using the mind. Okay, using the mind, with the mind. What is this mind? This mind is devoid of all thoughts, all disturbances, not attached with this and that. The thoughts are not about the objects of this world. Like what do you mean by objects of this world? The problems at home, problems in the office, or the problems of the property, money, this, that. All that is not getting bombarded inside the mind. With such a mind which is clear of all these, that mind, Atmana, Atmani, own heart. In his own heart, his or her own heart, Pashyanti, realizes, finds, sees. Anye, some other yogis. So the first one is Dhyanena, some other yogis, Sankhyena Yogena, by the methods of Atma Vicharam. Okay, such people, they are not getting into the complications of samsara. Okay, then apare, others, karma yogena cha pashyanti. They all we have to supply pashyanti. Sankhya yogena pashyanti, karma yogena pashyanti, dhyanena pashyanti. Okay, so what does this all means? While transacting with the world, offering all karmas to Bhagavan, okay, and renouncing all the desires of fruits of karma bhalam, they realize Brahman. That is karma yogena cha pashyanti. So the first thing is we have to realize the truth in our own heart. Okay, first we have to realize the truth in own heart. Okay, that is the first thing we have to do. Earlier in previous already Bhagavan said that Lokesmin dvividha nishtha pura prokta mayanagha jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. Okay, so already Bhagavan said there are two methods. One is Sankhya Yogam, another is Karma Yogam. Okay, but see the bifurcation, the division of this Karma Yogam and Sankhya Yogam, etc. It's only in the beginning state, in the beginning stage. Okay, once after some time they merge into the same only. It is not possible to draw a perfect line. This is Sankhya Yoga, this is Karma Yoga, this person is in Karma Yogi, he is a Karma Yogi, he is a Sankhya Yogi. Like that, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to draw a line. Exactly you cannot say. Okay, we'll explain this. So here in this verse, this particular 24th verse, Bhagavan says about three yogas: Dhyana Yogam, Karma Yogam and Jnana Yogam. So what do you mean by Dhyana Yogam? See, there are some people, okay, some people who do mostly Dhyanam. Dhyana means meditating on Saguna Brahman or Nirguna Brahman. Some meditation. Most of the time they will spend their time on meditating on Bhagavan by a bit of karmas like pujas or nama japam or certain rituals they perform, but all the time the mind is dwelling on Saguna Brahman. Most of the time is upasana. Okay, and they do less karma. Less karma means we can say less of physical activities, say going to the office or doing some business or all that. That will be less comparatively. Most of the time they will spend their time on dhyanam and upasana, etc., meditation, etc. There are some others who spend most of the time in the karma, and they will spend less time on upasana. For example, there are some homemakers, ladies especially, they, from the time they wake up, from the time they are awake, lot of activities will be there. Looking after the children, doing this, doing that, etc. In between, they will get hardly maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes time if they get in the morning, or maybe 15-20 minutes in the evening also they will get for sitting and doing some meditation, chanting slogas or mantras, etc. But most of the time they will be in action, they will be doing same karma. But those people are also yogis if they offer all their karmas as an offering to God and there is no karma phalecha. Okay, there is no desire to have this particular phala only I want, this phala only. See, karma will produce a result, no doubt about it. There will be a phalam. So the karma phalecha tyagam is required. Karma phalatyagam, even though it says karma phalatyagam, we have to understand that phalatyagam means phalecha tyagam. Okay, not that you work in the office for say some time and then they are giving you a salary. It is not phalatyagam. You don't have to say I don't want this phalam. Not like that. Phalecha tyagam. I want this only, this much only. I want 2,000 rupees only, or 20,000 only, or 2 lakh only, or 2 crore only, like that. There should not be any sort of adamancy or greediness that I want this phalam only. That is phalecha. Okay, you drop that. Whatever is there, just accept as it is. Acceptance is what we required. So karma phalecha tyagam, one who does everything as an offering, okay, as a yoga. Okay, and such people are, these two category we can take. One is who do more of dhyanam and less of karma. There are others who do less of dhyanam and more of karma. Both of them you can take them as karma in the karma yoga. They can take, you can take as karma yoga and dhyana yogam also. Okay, then the another one, the jnana yogam. So see, karma yogis, we saw the difference. One who is doing more of upasana, less of karma, and less of dhyanam and more of karma actions. more of work. So these two come under the category of Dhyana Yogam and Karma Yogam. Now what is Jnana Yogam? See, there are others who don't have absolutely no interest in the worldly things. For example, not interest in marriages, not at all interested in having a business or making money or having a bank account or name and fame. I want to be famous, I want to have power. Nothing. They are not at all interested in any of this. Keeping the relationship, maintaining this relationship, or having more relationship, friends, this, that, nothing. They have absolutely no interest. Their only goal is God realization, self-realization. I would like to know what is my true nature and what is this Ishvara, what is this Jagat means. Other than this, there is no interest. Such people, they enter into the sannyasa at a very early age or even slightly later also. They take to the saffron clothes, etc. They become a sannyasi. Okay. And among sannyasis also there are two types. One is called Vividisha sannyasi, another is Vidvat sannyasam. Vidvat sannyasa means one who has realized Jivan Mukta. He realized that, assimilated the knowledge, and he takes over, he wears saffron clothes, etc. He becomes a sannyasi for the outside people. Okay. And there are others, Vividisha sannyasi. This is what I explained earlier. One who is interested to know only the self and Bhagavan, there is no other interest. Such people who take into sannyasa or this Bahya sannyasam, and they continue in the path of spirituality. Such people. So these both Vividisha sannyasam and Vidvat sannyasa, there are two types. So they are in Jnana Yogam. So this is the difference. Dhyana Yogam, Karma Yogam and Jnana Yoga. See, if you observe very carefully, it is not possible to have a Jnana Yogi or Karma Yogi without doing Dhyanam, without doing any meditation on the Saguna Brahmam or Nirguna Brahmam. It is impossible. Similarly, who is a Karma Yogi, one who is in the Karma without Jnanam, it is not possible to be a Karma Yogi. Similarly, a Jnana Yogi also will have to do some sort of karma. For example, somebody is entering a mission. Okay. So ashrama, some ashrama they join. So there also they will have to perform certain actions. They will have to do some karma there. Maybe cleaning of the premises or looking after the older people over there, older monks. There will be a lot of karma that will come into their path also. So it is impossible to have a Jnana Yogi without karma and dhyanam. Similarly, a Karma Yogi without Jnanam, absolutely without Jnanam, it is impossible to do all the karmas as an offering to God, right? So Karma Yogi without Jnanam and Dhyanam, a Dhyana Yogi without Karma and Jnanam, it is impossible. So all these three are there. Only on the basis of which is prominent or which is dominating, we say Dhyana Yoga, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. And another one, Bhakti Yogam also is there. There is one chapter is there in Bhakti Yoga. So devotion is the Bhakti, that is love. Love is Bhakti. Without Bhakti, nothing will work. There has to be love for God. Devotion towards God must be there. Okay. So at the end, Bhakti and Jnanam are no different at all. It is all same only. So Bhakti Yogam, Dhyana Yogam, Karma Yogam, okay, Jnana Yogam, all these are all interlinked only. In the beginning it might appear that these paths are different, but all paths lead to the same place only. All will lead to the same location only. Okay. So this is what we have to understand by this. So Dhyana now. Dhyanam. See, in Dhyanam what we do is, during Dhyanam, how we churn or how we get the oil from a seed. Okay, like that, Dhyana Yogam will produce Jnanam. So we have to do the continuously, one who does Dhyanam without getting disturbed by the external thoughts, etc., it will produce the Jnanam also. Because Jnanam is inherent, it is inside only, right? You don't have to get it from outside. It is your Swarupa. Okay. So what is this Jnana Yogam? Jnana Yogam is, you know your true self, your clear understanding is there. Sankhya Yogam is same as Jnana Yogam only. Sankhya Yogam is, you know the Prakriti very clearly, as we explained earlier. The Prakriti consists of the Karmendriyas, Jnanendriyas, mind, Buddhi, Ahankaram. These are the Prakriti and its gunas, and the Purusha or the Bhagavan or the Atma, which pervades everything, which lights up everything, which is without Purusha, the Prakriti cannot function. So the integral part of Purusha, the Purusha is there, all pervading every point in this universe, every point in this Prakriti. Knowing this, totally surrender to this Atma. That is Jnana Yogam. Know that very clearly, you understand what is Purusha, what is Prakriti and its gunas, and never forgetting Atma. Never forget Bhagavan. Even for a moment, never forget Ishvara. Okay, that path, that is the Jnana Yogam. Absolutely no interest in other things also. And Karma Yogam is all the karma you do, all the phala that it produces is totally renounced. As an everything, all the karma phalam is an offering to God. Offering to God only. Right? Because I don't want anything for myself. Pure, there is no selfishness at all. In Karma Yoga, there is no selfishness at all. Everything is a service to others. As an offering to God means service to others. Right? Work is worship. So like that, one who is in the path of Karma Yoga and or the Sankhya Yogam or Dhyana Yogam. So now we read again, we will understand it clearly. ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मानमात्मना अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे. By meditation, some behold the self in the self by the self. Here what? Atmani in our heart. Atmena means using the mind. Which mind? Mind which is dwelling only on God. That can be Saguna Brahman, that can be any deity that you are following, Krishna, Shiva, Rama, anyone. Okay, by keeping that God all the time without having any disturbance of the thoughts of the external things. Atmani pashyanti. Kejid atmanam atmana, by the others. Then Anye Sankhena Yogena, Karma Yogena Chabare. Some by the Dhyana Yogam, some by Sankhya Yogam, some by Karma Yogena. They do the meditation and reach the place which is explained in the 23rd verse. What 23rd verse again? Ya evam vetti purusham prakritim cha gunais saha sarvadha vartamanopi. At all times during the transaction, na sa bhuyo bijayate. That person will never be born again. Means he will become a Jivan Bhukta. How to reach that? Dhyana Yogena, Karma Yogena and Sankhya Yogena. The 24th verse. Correct? Now we'll go to the 25th verse. Anye tveva majanandaha shrutva anyebhya upasate tepi chaditarantyeva mrityum shruti parayanaha. अन्वेत्वेवमजानन्तः श्रुत्वान्येभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चादितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः. एवं ajanantaha. Those who have not understood the way explained earlier as dhyana yogam, karma yogam, sankhya yogam, etc. Annebhyaha shrutva, listening repeatedly to those who know about sankhya yogam, karma yogam, etc. Mean those people who know about it, listening to them, annebhyaha shrutva, anyedu others, they anyedu upasate, they worship me. Okay, Bhagavan says they worship me. Who evam ajanantaha, one who does not understand the way as explained in Sankhya Yogam, Karma Yogam, etc. See, there are people who, suppose you tell them that there are 5 karma indriyas, some jnana indriyas, this, that and all that, it is very difficult for them to understand. Okay, I mean in the beginning stage it will be very tough for them to understand all this. You explained that Rajju Sarpam, there is snake on the rope, this, that and all that, Prakriti, they will go crazy, they will not understand anything. Okay, those evam ajanantaha anyebhyaha shrutva anyetu shruti parayanaha apte api, repeatedly listening and interested to listen. That is very important. Shruti parayanaha, they want to listen, they would like to listen again and again. Let it start with the stories of God and then slowly getting interested into the tattvam, etc. Okay, and worshipping the Bhagavan as it is, like Rama or Krishna or Shiva, etc. That is perfectly all right. So they worship Bhagavan. Okay, they also worship Bhagavan by worshipping them, by listening to those who have the clear knowledge of Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, etc. By listening to them and do whatever they advise. Okay, listening means whatever they say, they observe, and they observe the practical things that they prescribe. Okay, by doing that, they also mrityum atitaranti eva, they also win over the death for sure. Eva, they also atitaranti, they also cross the fear of death and birth. See, as per Vedanta, what is death? This falling of this body is not death as per Vedanta. But for a common man, death means when the body falls, it is death for a common man. But for the people of Vedanta students, we don't see the fall of a body as a death. What is death is one who moves away from the truth. One who is moving away from the truth, that is death. Okay? One who moves away from Ishvara, one who moves away from Bhagavan, that is called death. In Sanat Sujadiyam, in Mahabharatam, Sanat Kumara tells Dhritarashtra what is pramadam, what is mrityu. Pramadam is mrityu. Pramadam means fall. Okay, fall, that is Ishvara Vismriti, Atma Vismriti. Atma is no different from Ishvara, right? Atma is Ishvara, Atma is Brahman, and Brahman is Bhagavan, that is same Paramatma. So one who forgets Ishvara, that is Pramadam, and that Pramadam is Mrityu. That is what Sanat Kumara says to Dhritarashtra. And also Ishavasya Upanishad says, Vidyam cha yastadvedo bhayag saha avidyaya mrityum tirtva vidyaya mritamashnute. Each one should remember their location, where they stand. Okay, where they are located now. And See, suppose there are, say, 100 steps to a place. Say 100 steps you have to climb to see the darshanam of God or something. So, in that 100 steps, suppose assume you are in the 30th step. When you are standing on the 30th step, the next 70 steps is Vidya. And the 30 steps that we have covered is Avidya. That is the location now. So present location is, say, 30 for example. So the one who is at the bottom, all 100 steps is Vidya. One who is standing on the 30 steps which was Vidya earlier for that person is now Avidya. Okay? And the rest remaining 70 steps is Vidya. And this person continues, progresses, say comes to the, say, 80th step. Then the 80 steps that is covered becomes Avidya. Carefully note, this 80 steps becomes Avidya, the remaining 20 steps is Vidya. And one who is at the 100th step, there is nothing more to go, nowhere to go. All that is covered is, everything is Avidya. Everything becomes Avidya. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that in the path of spirituality, in the path of this, many siddhis might come. Many sort of siddhis, like sometimes name and fame will be there. Sometimes lot of money will come. Sometimes other siddhis like walking on the water, or you can sitting in Padmasanam on water, or you will know the other's mind, you will be able to read others' mind. Okay, so like that there could be many siddhis. Some may be able to stay without water for, say, 1 week, without water, food, maybe without water also. There could be many yoga siddhis might come. Many of these siddhis, if one stays there or gets wrong understanding that this is the state, this is the ultimate state, then what will happen is, that is a fall. Okay, that is a fall. He will never reach, because still there is 60 or 70 steps more to go. So whatever is covered is Avidya here. Whatever the person, whatever is done is Avidya. Okay, that you should not stop there. Unless you reach the 100th step. How do you know that you have reached the 100th step? Only by your state of the mind. Have you reached ultimate peace? If you have reached ultimate peace, there will be no doubt. When you reach there will be absolutely no doubt that whether I have reached this 100th step or not. The ultimate peace, the mind is undisturbed. Okay, one who reaches over there will have no doubt. That is why in Bhriguvalli, Taittiriya Upanishad, Anando Brahme Divyajanat Anandadyeva Ghalvimani Bhuta Nijayante Anande Najata Nijivanti Anandam Prayanti Abhisambhisantiti Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya. Bhrigu never goes back and asks his father, is this the place that I have reached? Because he has reached the state of Ananda. Ananda is Shanti, ultimate peace he has reached. There is absolutely no doubt for Bhrigu. Similarly, anyone who reached the 100th step, all that he has crossed becomes Avidya. Why it is Avidya? Because that is not the place to stay. We have to reach the ultimate point. Or for example, suppose we have used, say, Upanishad, or we have used the Bhagavad Gita, okay, the verses. At that place, all this is not required. You don't need this. You don't need to remember Najayate Mriyadeva Kadachid Nayambu. All these verses you need not remember. You need not remember which Upanishad tells what. All these are immaterial. Knowledge of Sanskrit, knowledge of some other scholarship. All this is not going to be a waste. It is no more necessary. Waste at that point, not when you are walking the steps. When you are walking the steps, you need all that. But once you reach there, you don't need all that. Because these are all in your buddhi, in your intelligence. The buddhi is jadam. It can go anytime. So this vidya that we are thinking is a jadavastu. It can fall off any moment. Right? It can go away. But the state of ultimate peace will never go. It will remain there. When you are in the 100th step, that will never go. It is never compromised. Till you reach there, there is no stopping. That is the reason why I say that the Ishavasya Upanishad says that you go till you reach the place. For this, you should know both Vidya and Avidya. That is why you have to know both Vidya and Avidya. Okay, so here, coming back to our verse, what says Shruti Parayanaha Teyapi. See, everyone, as I told earlier, everyone need not know the technicalities of this Vedanta. This is made of Panchabhutas, and this what is grossification, Panchikaranam, okay, and the Indriyas are created from the Panchabhutas only. This gross body is because of Panchikaranam, etc. All these technicalities they need not know. But once they hear once they start listening to the people who know about this Sankhya Yogam and all this, whatever this thing, when they hear from them repeatedly and they are asked to do worship, or maybe a Namajapam or certain kind of ritual may be possible. When they continuously do that, just listening to them, they also will get enlightened, if not in this life, next life. That is definite. They are in the right path. So there is a story in Chandogya Upanishad. There is a boy called Satyagama, who is the son of Jabali. He goes to the Rishi. His name is Haridrumata. Okay, he goes to that Rishi and he requests him, please teach me Brahma Vidya. After talking to him for a few minutes, the sage, the Guru says, okay, I will give you 400 cows. I will give you 400 cows. They are weak, they are unhealthy, okay, and cows and bulls, they are all weak and unhealthy. He gives him and tells him, you take them 400 and when it becomes 1000, you bring them back. This is what he says. Now this boy just obeys whatever the Guru said. He did not ask any question. He said, okay, I will take. He took this 400 cows, this weak and unhealthy, okay, and he took care of them. You can imagine what all struggles that boy must have gone through to bring this 400 to 1000. How many years would have passed? During that time, how much he has learned from these cows, what is happening to this body. Some of them must have died also, we don't know. Some of them must have been revived from this. So he is studying everything. He is not getting any teaching from outside about Annamaya Kosham, Pranamaya Kosham, Manomaya Kosham, Vijnanamaya Kosham, Anandamaya Kosham, etc. And there is all this teaching he is not getting. But he is observing life. He is seeing everything, and through that he acquired the knowledge. Definitely this boy must have heard about Atma, etc. in his that is the reason why he came to know Atma Vidya. He is not a dumb guy. So he must have heard all this, but could not assimilate it. So this assimilation must have happened, no, not must have, it happened when this 400, by the time this 400 cow became 1000, he was a realized soul. When he was coming back with 1,000 cows, the Guru was saying, I see that you are enlightened. I can see that the Chaitanyam in you, on your face I can see. So this is what happens with this. This verse is very important. Anye tvam avajanantaha. Okay, even if someone is not able to understand dhyana yogam, karma yogam, bhakti yogam, the words and all that, shruti parayanaha. Okay, those who are shruti parayanaha means one who is listen to the people who know about all this, not from somebody. Okay, shrutva anyebhya upasate. Shrutva anyebhya means anyebhya shrutva, listening to those who know about this knowledge. That means shrotriya brahmanishta. When you listen, when someone when some people, when they listen to them, shruti parayanaha, again and they have to listen, not once, they have to listen again and again, listen to them. That will lead to mananam, thinking. This boy also was thinking. Whatever he saw from this own his own life, he analyzed and he studied. Mananam was going on. So shruti, then mananam, shrutva, and then the shravanam, mananam, nididhyasanam. Through this process, they also will atitaranti eva. They also will cross the birth and death cycle now, here, in this life itself. Okay, that is the this verse. Anye tvevam ajanandah shrutva upasate tepi chati tarantyeva mrityum shruti parayanaha. Okay, we'll move to the 26th verse. Yavat sanjayate kinjit satvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetraknya yogat tadvidhi bharatarshabha. Yavat sanjayate kinjit satvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetraknya yogat tadvidhi bharatarshabha. Hey Arjuna, Bharatarshabha, Arjuna, sthavara jangamam kinchit sattvam. All that moving, unmoving matter, everything that moving or unmoving, yavat sanjayate means all that which appears, which manifests, which is seen. Okay, yavat sanjayate tat, that, know that kshetra kshetraknya sanyogad vidhi. No, you know, Arjuna, know that it is because of the union of or the combination of kshetra and kshetraknya. Okay, so whatever you see here, whatever is appearing to you, which is moving, which is unmoving, everything is a combination of kshetra and kshetraknya. Here, what it means? See, when a snake appears on a rope, okay, so there is a snake which appears on a rope. The snake is an appearance. The appearance of snake on a rope is prakriti or kshetram. Remember, what do you mean by kshetram? Is that which appears, and kshetraknya is where, what is that appearing as kshetram? The rope is the one which is appearing as snake. So it is the samyoga, kshetra and kshetraknya. It is the kshetram that appears on a kshetraknya, is the combination of these two which makes an experience possible the way we experience now. So it is a combination of kshetra and kshetrajna, all that is appearing here, which is moving or unmoving. Moving means humans, animals, etc. Or the devas, all this are moving. Unmoving things you can take as the rocks or the mountains, etc. Even plants also, they also move. Even though it is one place, it's still moving. So there are many moving, unmoving, everything is a combination of kshetra and kshetrajna. Right? So what does that mean? It means that every point here in this universe, every point in this universe has a kshetra and a kshetrajna. This is what Bhagavan said. There is not moving or unmoving, doesn't matter. Every point is a combination of both kshetra and kshetrajna. In this, the kshetram is an appearance of kshetrajna or in kshetrajna. Okay, to a kshetrajna only. Correct? So then what Swami Ramatirtha said, what he said, no? Swami Ramatirtha said, God sleeps in stones, breathes in plants, moves about in animals, wakes up to consciousness in man. This is what Swami Ramatirtha said. One more time I will read. God sleeps in stones, breathes in plants, moves about in animals, and wakes up to consciousness in man. That means there is not a single point where there is no God. There is the presence of kshetrajna is there. So, and also one more thing we have to remember. Behind, see, we know the law of karma and how the jiva moves, etc. We have studied, is it not? Anything that you see, behind that there is a mind. If there is a rock, behind the rock there is a mind. It may not be as evident as you see in a human being or a dev. See, devas will have what do you call? The kshetrajna anubhavam, okay, the reflected consciousness or the kshetrajna anubhavam, okay, will be more in devas and maybe less in humans and slightly less in animals and little more less in plants and less in rocks. But kshetrajna anubhavam has to be there, because there is the rock also is sentient. When the time comes, life will manifest there also. Okay, so jada prakriti, jada vastu that we say insentient, all the insentient things that we think it is insentient is not insentient. So wherever you are sitting on a rock, that rock has got a jiva. It is also a jiva. You have to be careful. When we pluck flowers from a tree, we have to be careful. We should remember that it is also a same sentient. The way you are sentient, animal is sentient, similarly the plant also is sentient, equally sentient. Even though it doesn't appear to you, it doesn't manifest to you, the kshetrajna anubhavam might be less. Because you don't see it moving, that is the only reason. But the presence of God is there in everything. So this is what is indicated by this verse, where Bhagavan says, Yavat sanjayate kinjit sattvam sthavara jangamam. All that moving and unmoving Kshetra kshetraknya sanyogat tadvidhi Bharatarshapa. It is a combination of both kshetram and kshetraknya. That means first thing we have to understand that every point, every place, everything that we experience in this universe is a combination of Bhagavan and Prakriti, Purusha and Prakriti, Kshetra and Kshetraknyam. In this, the Kshetram is an appearance. Yavat Sanjayate. It is an appearing, anything, that Stavaram, Jangamam, the humans that you see, the plants that you see, all that Prakriti that is being experienced is the Kshetram, which is an appearance to you. It is an appearance to you, to me, to the other jivas, and everything is an appearance to individual. Okay, so all that appearance is just an appearance. There is no reality in it. It is like a movie that is going on a screen, and the screen is the Kshetraknya and the movie is Kshetram. The Prakriti is the movie and the Purusha is the screen. Okay, but without these together, without the screen and the movie, there is no an anubhavam of this. The experience that we have is a combination of both Kshetra and Kshetraknya, Prakriti and Purusha. This is the meaning of this. Then we will move to 27th. We will read and then we will do more on 27 in the next class. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtandam parameshwaram vinasyat swavinashyantam yah pasyati sapashyati. One who sees the Supreme Lord, one who sees Bhagavan, present equally in all beings. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtandam parameshwaram. One who sees Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, Parameshwaram, he is here means Supreme Lord. Where? Tishtandam Parameshwaram, where? Vinashyat swavinashyantam. The imperishable, okay, in the perishable things, that individual only really sees. He only understands this. One who understands, one who realizes that Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Sarveshu Bhuteshu, here we have to connect with all the Stavaram and Jangamam that we discussed in the previous verse. Okay, in all there, one who realizes that Bhagavan dwells in everywhere equally samam. Not that human being it is more and on a rock or a plant it is less, or in another human being it is less. Okay, so there is no difference between the caste, there is no difference between man, there is no difference between man and woman, or humans or Indians, foreigners, this, that and all that, nothing. Good guy, bad guy, that also is gone. Everything and everywhere equally samam. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtandam parameshwaram. Whoever sees, okay, whoever understands this way, sapashyati, he only knows. Kashyapah pashyako bhavati, he only knows this everything. Okay, he knows only. One who sees this way, he knows. Where vinashyat swavinashyantam. In all the, see, we know that Kshetram is perishable. The Prakriti is perishable. Continuously it is changing. Individually things are changing. But in that, one who sees the imperishable, the Atma, the Brahman, that individual, he only sees this. He only knows it correctly, who understands correctly, who assimilates correctly. Okay, we'll continue from next week. From 27th only we will take again one more time, because it is a very profound verse, beautiful verse. Okay, we'll stop today. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु।